From the city on a hill, the Tambuli beckons, bringing good news and glad tidings from within and around the diocese. A blessed Sunday, everyone. I am Jude Leao, and this is Tambuli. In this edition, we will give you the latest updates on the pabahay ng Diocese of Cubao. Studio C of the Cubao Media is now operational. Did you have your pets blessed on the feast of St. Francis of Assisi? Let us learn more about this Franciscan tradition. And finally, Halloween is just a few weeks away. Let us listen to our exorcist about how we Catholics should celebrate the feasts of All Saints and All Souls. Thank you for joining us. The Diocese of Cubao announces with much thanksgiving that there are currently 68 houses already built at the St. John Paul II Village in Antipolo City. The first batch of 23 pabahay recipients, all employees of the diocese, moved into their houses on June 18 of last year. 22 families, the second batch of recipients, are scheduled to move into their own homes on October 22, 2016, the feast day of St. John Paul II.
Ang nakakatuwa po talaga dito ay natanggap ko itong award na ito ng pabahay mismo sa taon ng Year of Mercy, na talaga naman naramdaman ng pamilya ko, kahit po yung asawa ko at yung mga anak ko, talagang nagpapasalamat talaga sila sa Diyos na talagang wow, na naranasan din namin ang tumira, na hindi kami kinakatok sa bahay para doon sa bayaran, at naramdaman po namin yung awa ng Diyos.
The PND, or Pabahay ng Diocese, is the housing project of the Diocese of Cubao for its employees. It is targeting to build 100 houses as of date. We are then calling on more generous hearts to help us with this endeavor. You may get in touch with your parish offices for details and inquiries. Studio C of the Diocese of Cubao Media is now operational. Utilizing social media for the purpose of new evangelization is one of the 8-point priority agenda of the diocese.
We have a story to tell, but we have to tell it in a way that people will understand using their language. At sa panahon ngayon, hindi na pwede yung sa misa lang kasi ilang bang percent nagbimisa? 20-30%? We have to reach out the unchurched or even the church who are not listening sa mga homilies sa mga pare. And essential because we are not speaking their language. At ang lingwahe ngayon is the technology of mass media. Kaya nag-invest ang diocese sa mass media studio. Studio C. And malaking gastos ito. Pero, we put our resources where the needs are. That is stewardship. Kaya hindi nang hinayang ang diocese na gumasta ng malaki because we believe that the way to evangelize is to go to speak with the people, telling the story of Jesus in a way that's appealing to them. We're not only informing, we're not only forming, but we are attracting people to Jesus. Let them know the language, the story of Jesus in the language they're comfortable with, that is attractive to them, and that is the technology of mass media.
Pope Francis said in his message during the 48th World Communications Day in 2014 that communication is a means of expressing the missionary vocation of the entire Church. Today, the social networks are one way to experience this call to discover the beauty of faith, the beauty of encountering Christ. Pope Francis also said that social media is fundamentally changing how people communicate, and our Church cannot ignore it. In fact, it is our responsibility as Catholics to bring the Church's teachings into what Pope Benedict XVI called as the digital continent. In celebration of the feast of St. Francis of Assisi last October 4, the blessing of pets was held in several parishes within the Diocese of Cubao. This Franciscan tradition is rooted from St. Francis's response to the world around him, which was so much more than the intellectual appreciation or economic calculus. For to him, each and every creature was a sister or brother, united to him by bonds of affection.
Ang ganitong tradisyon, ang pagbabasbas ng mga pets, ay nagsimula lamang bago lamang ito. Noong November 29, 1979, ay diniklara ni Pope John Paul II si St. Francis bilang patron ng ecology. At pagkatapos noon, ay unti-unti nang namulat ang mga tao sa kahalagahan ng pangangalaga sa ating kapaligiran, sa mga sangnilikha at gayon din sa lahat ng mga hayop na nasa palibot natin.
St. Francis of Assisi felt called to care for all of God's creation, and we all ought to do so too. Have you been putting up your spooky decorations and getting ready for trick-or-treating? This descent of Halloween into the madness of a yearly Fright Fest is a recent development. But the true substance of Halloween belongs to the Church.
Sa kanyang salita mismo na Halloween, ang ibig sabihin lang naman talaga niya ay bisperas ng lahat ng mga banal. Ito'y halo sa lumang Ingles na hallow, mga banal. Okay. So, win, Eve, bisperas. So, kung titingnan natin yung pinakasalita mismo, nakabata ito sa pagdiriwang ng simbahan sa kapistahan ng lahat ng mga banal.
The Catechism teaches us that we should emulate the saints for their characteristics of heroic virtue and holiness of life. A Catholic Halloween should then be celebrated to remember Christ's victory over sin, death, and the devil. Let us bring back the holy in Halloween and use it as a time of evangelization.
Yung mga santo na yan, sila yung mga nagtagumpay sa karangalan ng ating Panginoong Hesus. Hindi ba ang buhay natin dito sa sanlibutan ay isang buhay ng pakikibaka. Isang buhay ng pakikibaka para manatili tayong tapat sa ating Panginoong Hesus. Ang mga banal o ang mga santo, ito yung mga tunay na lalaki at mga babae, mga tunay na tao na napagtagumpayan na nila ang lahat ng mga pagsubok dito sa sanlibutan. At sa gayon, sila ay nabiyayaan na ng Panginoon ng buhay na walang hanggan sa langit. So sila ay nagpursige sa pananampalataya at sa pag-ibig. At ngayon, sila ay nasa langit bilang makaibigan naman natin. Habang tinatamasan nila ang buhay na walang hanggan, sila naman ang tumutulong sa atin sa pamagitan ng kanilang mga panalangin. Nananalangin tayo sa kanila dahil alam natin maasahan sila bilang mga kaibigan ng Diyos. At sila din ay huwaran. Pinapakita na sa atin na ang pagiging banal ay hindi mahirap gawin o hindi imposibleng gawin. Dahil ito ay biyaya ng Espiritu Santo na kung tayo'y nakikipagtulungan sa Espiritu Santo, tayo ay magiging bukas sa kanyang biyaya, tayo din ay magiging banal na katulad nila.
And that's all the time we have this week. I'm Jude Leao. Join us again next time as we bring you more stories from within and around the diocese at the next sermon of the Tambuli.